Ding, ding, ding. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fabulous Las Vegas Rotary Club. Rotary International President Mark Daniel Maloney's theme for this year asks us Rotarians to strengthen the many ways that Rotary connects the world, building connections that allow talented, thoughtful, and generous people to unite and take meaningful action through Rotary service. Our club demonstrates every day how we are living President Maloney's mission with our local and international service projects through unity, connections, and action. My name is Jacqueline Thornhill, and I am honored to serve as your 97th president of the greatest Rotary Club in the world. Thank you all for joining and participating in our Facebook live stream. On this day in TV history, in 1960, the TV special Welcome Home Elvis was recorded in Miami Beach, Florida. The show was hosted by Frank Sinatra. In music history in 1965, it was announced that Jeff Beck would take Eric Clapton's place in the Yardbirds. U.S. President history in 1998, President Bill Clinton addressed a joint session of South Africa's Houses of Parliament. And the quote of the day comes from comedian Rodney Dangerfield. It was the same thing in the Army, like no respect. They gave me a uniform that glowed in the dark. Okay, invocation will be led by me as we gather here today as members of Rotary. We pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make the world a better place. Amen. No song leader today. No, you don't get to hear me. So let's all stand, please, if we would, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. I think it's a good time that we should all recite our four-way test, because we need to remember two things that drive us as Rotarians: service above self and the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? So far, welcoming Arlene Surratt, Tony Kern, Ginger Anderson, Karen Wisenhunt, Rose Faloco, Judith Pinkerton, Steve Linder. Okay, so keep sending me little messages as we get through here. Okay. I'd like to thank the Rotarians who helped out today. Our scribe is Jana Velasco. All things technical, Kirk Holmes and Stu Lipoff. And we've been having the discussions about working on a platform that will combine both Facebook Live and an interactive platform, Zoom, that may be able to include speakers and some meeting duties. So we're going to be testing, and hopefully we'll have that in place for next week's meeting and the two beyond that are canceled. So stay tuned for information there. My announcements: we still have a People of Action campaign going on, so please send me any pictures that you might be out in the community and see things that are going on in our wonderful city of Las Vegas. I know lots of things are going on, and I'm going to keep trying to post as much information that comes out of the district and out of Rotary International as I can, either through the wheel or possibly on email, and certainly announcing here on these meetings. Just reiterating that Lowry's is to be closed until 4/18 so far, so the first three meetings of April are canceled. International Convention, you all know by now, that has been canceled, and no rescheduling as far as I know. So for future events that we may still have in latter April, possibly into May and into June, use your QR code and sign up in the virtual Green Book so we can keep track of that. Rotary International in the district has asked us to find ways to assist our community during this time. I am open to suggestions. We know the military is getting very hard, so I've been working with David Thorson and Carrie Serrano about doing a project with the USO. I'm also working with Anil Melnick and past President Michael Gordon. We're working on a Nevada club-wide project to assist the Salvation Army in getting much needed water and masks so that they can work with the homeless and take care of themselves while they're working. Okay, what I'm interested in is how well did all of you do on the Phone a Rotary Friend project? Start telling me how it's going while I update who has been joining us. Deb Granda is on, Kirk Holmes, howdy to you, Kirk, Val Hatley and Barb, Dave Thorson, Carrie Newton. So let me know if you've phoned any of your friends. I know I did phone mine. And that was David Thorson. So we combined our meeting regarding the USO project and checking on how everyone was doing. And Tom Thomas was the one ahead of me, so he called to see how everything was going. And then we discussed some things regarding some potential speakerish things that might be happening for next year. He's got a lot of wonderful ideas. So let me see if anybody haven't seen anybody that's made any calls yet. So let me know if you made calls to your Rotary friends or your family and friends if you'd like me to share that with the group. Okay, let's go through club announcements just to see. Somebody was a bad boy. David, okay. Well, we still have plenty of time. Shantae, our global Grand Scholar has joined us. Welcome, Shantae. Jason Buckley, good to see you again. Hi to everyone. Karen talked to several, including the head of me, which was Michael Williams. Deb spoke with Carrie Gross and Michael Gordon and spoke with Maria Calvo last night. Judith Pinkerton, Ted McAdam, and I had a wonderful conversation. Arlene misses the raffle. I bet you do, Arlene, and it's up over 5,000. Ginger, she made her call. David, although I did talk to Paul Maffey and Carrie Serrano, and I did get an email. Sean and I got an email from Jamie Goldsmith, and I think she just was on steroids. She called about 25 or 30 members and reported all good things as well. So thank you all for stepping up, and when you get a chance, start handling that. Past President Jim Cole just joined us. Welcome, Jim. Okay. Karen talked to someone in the family of Rotary. Val Hatley called the Linders. Welcome, Bill Houghton. He's now watching. So we're just talking about the experiences that you had with the Rotary Phone a Friend project. We want to make sure that we stay in communication with our members because phone, email, and text messages is pretty much all we have. Okay, Deb said that Jamie called her, and Tony said Jamie called many and she's been bad. You've been bad, Tony. Well, as I said, we all have time to get to it. Welcome, Renee Gamero just tuned in. Okay, let's see. Ginger, if anyone has experience or knowledge about SBA loan applications, please reach out to Eric Astromecki. Okay, if you want me to pass along anything while we're on, go ahead. Hi, Renee. Hi to you and everyone else. Okay, I'm going to go through. Oh, now it's calling in. Now they're coming in fast and furious. Hang on a second. Karen, Maureen, and John are doing hunkered down. Their family are doing the shopping. Steve, we called President Jackie. Need to call Stuart Lipoff next on our list. Deb, I keep in touch with Janice, Kathy, and Sharon. Bill Houghton, I will call Eric, sent my paperwork in last week. And Carrie, Tony, we talked. Okay, so let's go into the announcements. And let's see, we know that the Wetzel Awards have been canceled, but we're still going to send letters of congratulations to this quarter's winners. and we'll get the information. We'll get a potential setup for a lunch and everything as soon as possible. But we do want to recognize that they were selected for this quarter. So we'll get another date scheduled in June. I know we're working on that. Welcome to Stu Lipoff this morning. Well, it's this afternoon, isn't it? Okay, Tony. Actually, Rose and I have exchanged text messages. Keep it up, everyone. Las Vegas Rotary says, hello all. Hello, Linda Bertuzzi. Welcome to our club meeting. Nice to have you here. Okay, the district conference has been postponed to mid-June, or the possibility of having 2 separate awards dinners, one for California, one for Nevada. We have another district governor conference tonight by teleconference, and hopefully she'll have the results of the survey and we'll be able to get out the information as soon as possible. Kirk Holmes says, some of us are going to have a virtual cigar social tonight. Here is the invite, and I'll send that out as I can. Okay, we know the highway cleanup has been canceled. It's rescheduled again for June 20th, or the last one of the year. Let's recall or remember that the foundation matching is still going on, and that does not have to have a live meeting. So please get a hold of Melanie or Sean. They'll let you know where you are in terms of the match. I've already done mine, and so have several others. So if you're ready and want to move up in a level or get your first to Paul Harris, please get it while the club is going to match your points. Let's see, Rose Veloco, and with Tina too. I don't see her on today. I haven't seen Tina join yet either. Okay, we know that annual fundraiser has been canceled or possibly postponed. The committee is working very hard to determine several different possibilities in order to keep some sort of fundraising event going on, but I just thought I would share something with you. A couple weeks ago, I was in Oakdale, California for a family visit, and I did a makeup at the Oakdale Rotary Club. Very small, sweet club. They're out in the Central Valley, right near where Modesto is. Had about 32 members, and I just wanted to share with you their fundraiser. I want you all to get a laugh today, if you can. Let's see, I'm going to have to do this. Let's see if I can somehow do this. I know I got to be able to reverse it. That's what I want to do. Okay, I was able to reverse it. Can everybody see their fundraiser? The Oakdale, world famous 39th annual world famous Oakdale Testicle Festival. You'll have a ball. And it's the 39th annual, and when I was there, I asked them what kind of attendance. They have about 300 people on average that go, and they raise between $20,000 and $25,000 every year. They're a club of about 32, as I think I mentioned. And what they do, in that particular day, the speakers were the 2 committee chairs for their event, and they were telling us how they get the product in, how they chop it up, how they spice it, how they deep fry it, and how they serve it. Just thought I would let you know that people out there in other Rotary clubs in other parts of the country are very creative. Okay, hope everybody got a little charge out of that. And yes, I asked them, I said, do people really eat these things? Yes, was the answer. Very popular, but they're serving chicken also. And I said, oh my gosh, it must taste like chicken anyway. And they said, oh yeah, it just tastes like chicken. You know, everything tastes like chicken. So it's scheduled for the 30th of March. I don't know what they're doing as far as rescheduling or anything, but they have a local restaurant and everything that opens up for them to do all the chopping and the seasoning and the boiling and the roasting and all the stuff that needs to go on. And then they have a big hall in town. You know, these small communities have very big halls where everyone gathers. So, yes. Mountain oysters, yes. Judith Pinkerton, oh my God. Rose Filoco, that's hysterical. Deb Granda, very cute. David Thorson, mountain oyster. Welcome to Katie Decker. So I don't know, as I said, what's going on or if they're rescheduling, but I'm certain that they will probably reschedule since it is their big fundraiser for the year. Okay, just wanted to mention that RILA, we know, has been canceled and it's potentially rescheduled for August. So the kids that were going this year will still be technically seniors or whatever, and they are going to be able to go before we get started into the new year. So I hope to have more information on that tonight. Okay, I'm creating a new wheel project called Virtual Craft Talk. Some of you may have remembered the live craft talks that we used to do back in the day, where people would get up and just do a little 5-minute presentation about their businesses. I think it's a good time to remind all members, especially the new ones, of what all of us do in our professional life. And yes, some of us can look in the roster, and you can also see the wheel ads. So for those of you who do not have a business card or banner ad in the wheel, I have allocated space for 2 businesses in the next 3 wheels. And by the way, thank you so much for those of you who do buy wheel ads, because that money goes directly to our club budget. So if you will, please send me a max 250 word description with a profile pic or your business logo. And there are only 6 spots at this time. So based on time and stamp of the emails that you send me, it'll be first come, first served. And I'd like to receive them by Saturday this week, at least for the first wheel next week, as I begin working on the wheel and getting it together on Monday. So at this time, let's just make certain that we know our members as businesses and help each other, who in turn are helping the community. So let's see what else is going on. Bill Houghton, I heard from most students regarding RILA, and they still want to attend. From Stu, they are called prairie oysters. Okay, that was from the other thing. And Jim Cole says, August is the best month of the year. So far that's good, and great that the students are willing to go at that time of the year. It should be beautiful up in the mountains then too. Okay, I think that is everything that I needed to report. Just looking over my agenda here to see if I missed anything. I do want to make mention to both Kirk Holmes, Captain Kirk, and Stu Lipoff, who've been working once again behind the scenes to find a way for us to deliver our online meetings in the most efficient way. So as I said, the combination of Facebook and Zoom, which gives us a lot more interaction. So the 3 of us will be looking at and testing that system very quickly in the next day or so we can tweak anything that needs to be tweaked and be ready for next week's meeting. And I also have Andy working on the potential for speakers. We have a couple of ideas. We're going to see if we can get some of the people who were canceled previously to maybe be willing to come back and do a virtual meeting with us. So stay tuned to that. So once again, thank you, Kirk and Stu. And I'm looking at, I think that is all I have today. Is there anyone online that would like me to say anything to the club? Give you a moment to type something in if you need to say something. Just remember the virtual craft talk. It's like I know the super build is coming up. I don't know anything about that at this point. I know it's scheduled in May, and I haven't heard from the district super build committee on whether that's a continuing or not. So let you know when that comes. Let's see, Tony Kern. Oh, Brian Rosenberg was on a live promotion on TV for his business. He needs to be fined. Well, I don't see him on today, Tony, but I will keep that in mind for the next time that we're on a live meeting, or certainly the next time we actually meet at Lowry's again, which, if all goes well, soon, soon, soon. Katie Decker, I agree. Oh, Linda, Robin Smith, Super Build Chair, indicated that it was being postponed. Thank you for that, Linda, because I hadn't heard one way or the other. Tony, yes, Brian Rosenberg is featuring Socrates, and he did a great job. And he also, with Kirk Alexander, has a Leffler Grant project working with Long Elementary to distribute books to all the kids to be read over the summer. So we have the money in place and ready. He's looking to buy the books, and we're looking for an effective way to distribute them. I suggested that maybe we would take a look at maybe working during the same time that they are doing regular meal distribution, since all the meals are still being distributed at the school. So we're taking a look to see if there's any way that we can pass along at that point. Let's see. Deb, there's a webinar tomorrow on disaster financing with the state of Nevada. Check with me if anyone needs info. She says there's also a federal disaster loans available. I have info on that too. I know the big stimulus, $2 trillion stimulus bill is fighting its way through Congress right now to the president's desk. I know it's been updated, changed a lot, so I don't know the final, but I'm sure both either Deb or past President Jim Cole, who's been sending us updates on that, will get the details to us as soon as possible. Linda Bertuzzi, I know you guys are tied with Spread the Word Nevada. They are looking for storybook readers to read storybook videos that they will upload and share online for teachers and families to have access to. Well, Captain Kirk, you and I were just talking about that very thing yesterday, so maybe we'll take a closer look at that. Tony, maybe you could check into that and see how we can get involved. Kirk wanted to do something with that as well, so maybe the two of you can check in on it. From Stu, I have posted home delivery resources on our HOA website and that's takeout1turnberry.us. Tony says, I've read one book already and sent it to Pam Lang. Well, if we can figure out how to, or get a way to send that out to everyone so that we can record via our phones, that would be great. Arlene, I have extra rubber gloves. If anyone needs some, let me know. Arlene, thank you. We are working on a project to provide some needed relief to the Salvation Army, but it's my understanding that they are in need of masks and bottled water at this point. And if any of that is available, we are doing a project that will include, as I said, all of the clubs to give them the money because they have the sources so that they can go and buy and distribute to the homeless that they work with. So, anyone else? See lots of activity. Anything else that we need to share with the members while we're on? Just wanted you guys to see. Last week it was the Knights. This week it's the Raiders. And most of you know I've been a Raider fan since, as my grandmother used to say, knee-high to a grasshopper. Can't wait for the Raiders to show up. Okay, Steve Linder, today is the 75th anniversary of the Marines securing the island of Iwo Jima after a horrendous 36-day battle. Semper Fi and Semper Fi to all the Marines. Happy anniversary, and thank you to all of our service members for the amazing work that they have done, and they're now veterans and those that are currently serving. Jana Velasco, love that shirt. Thanks. Got it. I got it, Jana. Okay. Anybody else before we sign off? Okay. And here we go. I decided I would look for an inspirational quote that we can all use and take to heart. So here it is. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less. And that's a quote from Irma Bombeck. So ding, ding, ding. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful, blessed, and happy, healthy, safe day and rest of the week.